everyone. So this is the last portion of this assignment. So you're on days 4 and 5, which is where you're going to design and describe your community building of the future. So first thing I want you to do before you get into the drawing and the masterpiece creation of your community building and organization, I want you to be able to describe the features to me and justify why they're going to be a part of your community building and organization. So I have different aspects of a building. So your entrance and walkway, the signs, the main spaces, office spaces or side spaces. So this could be, kind of anything that's off of the main focal point of the building. So say you walk into Molly Ockett, the main thing that you're going to see is the lobby, and then we have all these different side spaces. So describing some of those side spaces, and then any extra or additional spaces that are inside or outside of the building. So I want you to make sure and to include enough detail that the reader could visualize the space and understand why you've chosen it for that community building and organization. So it wouldn't make sense if you were a community building and organization that was focused on providing space for youth to be able to express themselves appropriately, to have a safe place to socially engage. It would not make sense for that community building to be one small room with no windows. That wouldn't make sense. That's not very welcoming. So why have you chosen the things to put in this community building, and how do they help you meet that need, and how do they promote your community building and organization? How do they make it welcoming? Things of that nature. So this is really part of your imagination too. If you want your entrance and walkway to have, purple and pink flowers all along the sides, you're more than welcome to do that. Just make sure that it makes sense for what your community building and organization's purpose is. So feel free to use your imaginations. Just make sure that the reader can visualize the space and that it's not totally, off of what your community building and organization's main mission, purpose, and statement are. Once you've finished describing these spaces, you can go ahead and draw. So you can do it hand or digitally. So you can use, sketchbook, or you can use any like paint or any of those special features. And if you have trouble drawing or doing things like this, you're more than welcome to just put pictures of various community buildings and tell me which parts of them would be a part of your community building. Whatever you need to do to be able to successfully do this. I'm not looking for you to be, Picasso or anything like that, but just enough that I see that you put an effort into creating this community building or organization. So if you're going to have trouble handwriting or doing it digitally, just email me and we can come up with an alternative. So happy designing, and if you need anything, please feel free to email me.